And then make your way to any position on your back that feels comfortable. So you can have your legs straight, or you can have knees bent, soles of the feet flat to the mat. And just take a moment here to kind of settle into your body. It sounds like a lot of you have been going and busy all day, which I know tends to happen. So just check in and notice how your body feels. Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling energized? Just take a moment to notice the quality of your breath as you settle in. Does your breath feel fast or slow, deep or shallow? Just take a moment to be grateful for your breath that is always there, giving you life and energy. Just take a deep inhale through the nose. Soft exhale out the mouth, let that go. Inhale through the nose. Soft exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Soft exhale out the mouth. And then just take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Just notice after taking several rounds of breath how the quality of the breath has changed. Maybe that's even translated into the way your physical body feels. Then just reach your arms up by your ears, give yourself a nice big stretch. And hug your knees in towards your chest. Just take a little rock side to side. Start to take some movement. And then keep the knees bent. Just drop the soles of the feet down to the mat. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, just below that left knee. And then if you want, hug your left thigh in towards your chest, reaching the hands behind the left thigh or around that shin. As you settle into this shape, just notice sensations that you feel maybe in the hips or the legs or the back. Noticing if you can use your exhales to soften any places that may feel tense. And then just unwind that and change sides. So the left ankle over right thigh, maybe hug the right thigh. Be noticing if the sensations on this side feel different than the first side. Just using the exhales to let the body feel nice and smooth. And then just unwind the legs and hug the knees back into the chest. Keep the knees bent. Drop the soles of the feet down to the mat about hips distance apart. Just take the arms down by the sides and spin the palms down towards the mat. We'll take some dynamic bridge here. So inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips, low back, mid back. And exhale, lower all the way back down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Sorry about the train horn if you guys hear that. Inhale, roll up. Just hold at the top. Just take a couple of breaths here. Just let this bridge be nice and easy. Maybe the hips are like halfway to your edge. And then just lower the hips down to the mat. Keep the knees bent and just walk your feet wider than your hips. Take your arms to a T. And then just drop your knees over to the right. And then bring them up to center and then drop them to the left. And just start to take that action on your own speed. Just windshield vibrating knees side to side. And then just bring the knees to center and hug them back in towards the chest. So you can either roll off to the side or rock up and down along the length of the spine so you can just come all the way up to seated. And just find a comfortable seat here with your legs. And then once you're there, interlace the fingers behind the back. I know it's kind of hard to see on the screen, but let the knuckles face your back. And then take your hands over to the right side of your waist. And then once the hands are to the right, just take your right ear to your right shoulder. Just let the shoulders be soft. Try and relax the face and the jaw. And then bring the head to center. Take the hands over to the left, and then take the left ear to the left shoulder. And bring the head back to center. Just release the hands. Take a couple shoulder rolls up the back. And then opposite direction. And then just cross over your shins and make your way into tabletop. You have a little bit of time here just to move in any way that feels good. So maybe you take some cat-cow, inhaling, extending the chest, and then exhaling, rounding. Maybe you like to take some movement with the hips or come into a child's pose. So don't worry about being right or perfect. Just do what feels good. Sometimes it's nice to have that permission, right? And then just take 2 more cycles of breath with this movement. And when you're done with your second exhale, we'll meet in child's pose. And then in your child's pose, just walk your hands a little bit to the right as you shift your hips a little to the left. So you're just getting some length in the left side of the body. Then walk the hands and the hips through center, and then take the hands to the left, shift the hips to the right. And then bring hands and hips back to center, so you're just back in child's pose. And then make your way up through tabletop, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and come into your first downward facing dog. Have some time here just to move again in any way that feels good for you. And just gently walk your feet forward to your hands, coming into a forward fold at the front of the mat. On your inhale, lift halfway, hands to shins or thighs. And exhale, fold back forward. Inhale, ground into the feet, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll start nice and easy, quarter sun salutes. Inhale, reach the arms by the ears. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to heart. Adding on, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the chest. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, plant the hands, just step straight to downward facing dog. Nice and easy to start. Really feel the hands and the feet grounding into the mat. Feel that support for your entire body. And then walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank this time, top of a push-up. On the inhale, drop the knees. And on the exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Inhale, lift head and shoulders for cobra. Exhale, lower down, press through tabletop to downward facing dog. Just holding there, using this time to connect to the breath, find that smooth rhythm. Now walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale for chair, bend the knees, take the arms by the ears. Exhale, fold forward, straighten your legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step straight to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale the foot between the hands for a lunge. Inhale for crescent, arms come up by the ears. Exhale, hands frame the foot, step to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, foot between the hands. Inhale, crescent, arms by the ears. Exhale, frame the foot, step to down dog. You can hold your down dog or inhale, come into plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And holding in down dog. Just noticing that difference of moving with the breath and then having this place of stillness. And walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale for chair, take the arms by the ears. And exhale, come to standing, straighten the legs, hands to the heart. We'll do one more round like that. Inhale for chair, sit back. Exhale, fold forward, straighten your legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, straight to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale, foot between the hands. Inhale for crescent, arms by the ears. Exhale, frame the foot, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, foot between the hands. Inhale, crescent, arms by the ears. Exhale, frame the foot, downward facing dog. You can hold down dog or inhale for plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ooh, maybe you're starting to get a little warm. Maybe you can feel your heart beating in your chest. Maybe the breath feels a little faster. Take an inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Nice, Adrian. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Oh, I skipped chair pose, so sad. Exhale, hands to the heart. I know you're not mad about that. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Then exhale, straight back to downward facing dog this time. And then take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands for a lunge and spin the back heel down to the mat. Cartwheel your arms up to warrior two. And then flip your right palm towards the ceiling and just reverse that. Take the right arm up and back. And then right forearm to thigh, left arm by the ear. And then come back up to warrior two. Cartwheel your left hand to the mat as you come onto the ball of your back foot. And twist to the right, take your right arm, reach it up towards the ceiling. You're gonna twist with the left hand down, right arm up. You got it. And then from there, just reach the right arm towards the front of the mat, so it's by the ear. You know, it's a little weird, good. And then take your right hand to the mat, and just step straight back to downward facing dog. And then take the left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, bend the back heel down. Cartwheel the arms up, warrior two. And then flip the left palm towards the ceiling, reverse it, left arm up and back. And then left forearm to thigh, right arm by the ear. And then come back up to warrior two. Take your right hand down to the mat, spin onto the ball of your right foot and twist to the left, take your left arm towards the ceiling. And then reach your left arm towards the front of the mat, so it's by your left ear. And then take your left hand down to frame your foot and step to downward facing dog. Give a couple of breaths here in down dog, and we're going to take that entire standing sequence with breath. So you kind of know what to expect now. It'll be a little faster, but you guys know me, I don't cue super fast, so you'll be able to stick with me. Inhale, take your right leg up and back. Exhale, bring the foot between the hands, then the back heel down. Inhale, warrior two, arms to a T. Exhale, just flip the right palm towards the ceiling. Inhale, reverse it, right arm up and back. Exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm by the ear. Inhale up to warrior two. Exhale, left hand to the mat, twist to the right, right arm up. Inhale, reach the right arm towards the front of the mat. And then exhale, right hand frames the foot, step to downward facing dog. Straight to the other side. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, foot between the hands, back heel down. Inhale, warrior two, arms to a T. Exhale, flip the left palm towards the ceiling. Inhale, reverse, left arm up and back. Exhale, left forearm to thigh, right arm by the ear. Inhale, back, warrior two. Exhale, right hand to the mat, twist to the left, left arm up. Inhale, reach the left arm towards the front of the mat. And exhale, frame the foot, step to downward facing dog. You can stay in down dog if you want a vinyasa. Inhale for plank. Exhale to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You have 5 breaths. Maybe it's down dog, maybe it's child's pose. We're gonna do that sequence again after this little rest. I can see you guys are feeling the way I'm feeling today, and I think you're ready for the restorative part of practice. We will be there very soon, I promise. You're always welcome to stay right where you are, especially if you just need the break in child's pose. Or make your way back into downward facing dog. Say to yourself, I've got this. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale the foot between the hands, back heel down. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, flip the right palm towards the ceiling. Inhale, reverse right arm up and back. Exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm by the ear. Inhale, back, warrior 2. Exhale, left hand to the mat, twist to the right, right arm up. Inhale, reach the right arm by the ear. And exhale, that hand frames the foot, step straight to downward facing dog. Straight to the other side. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, foot between the hands, back heel down. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, flip the left palm up. Inhale, reverse left arm up and back. Exhale, left forearm to thigh, right arm by the ear. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, right hand to the mat, twist to the left, left arm up. Inhale, reach that left arm by the ear. Exhale, hand frames the foot, downward facing dog. Your choice, you can hold there or inhale for plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then everyone drop your knees, hips to heels, take a child's pose. Rest. Just notice how quickly the breath slows down as you start to settle. And then we're going to take just one more standing balance pose, and then you get to start to cool down and unwind and do restorative poses. So make your way back to down dog. Once you're there, just walk your feet and your hands towards each other so you're coming into a forward fold at the center of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. We'll just take tree pose. So put weight into the left foot, spin your right knee to the right. We'll just start with the ball of the right foot down and the right heel connecting to the left ankle. And then maybe you stay there, or maybe you lift that foot to inner calf, or you have something else in your practice, feel free to take that. Then we'll just take a little bit of movement here with the arms if you want. So on the inhale, take the arms up by the ears. And then exhale, bring the hands back to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. On the inhale, just hug your right knee towards the center of your chest. And on the exhale, lower the foot, lower the arm, just take a quick little shake out. I love how just adding that movement of the arms just makes tree a little extra challenging, especially for those of you that like trees, no problem. All right, bring your hands to your heart. Left leg into your variation of tree. So you can start with the ball of the foot down or go ahead and lift it. Just finding that place of steadiness to start. And if you want, inhale, arms up by the ears. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, put that knee towards the center of the chest. And on the exhale, lower the foot, lower the arms, quick little shake out. And then just back to mountain pose in the center of the mat. So ground through both feet, reach the arms down by the sides. Take an inhale, reach the arms up, fill up. And on the exhale, fold forward, let everything go. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, come into downward facing dog. So hands forward and feet back. Drop your knees down to the mat for table. You can untuck your toes. We'll take 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, extend the chest forward. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. And then just come back to a neutral spine. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. And then draw that arm under the body for thread the needle. So right shoulder, temple to the mat. The left arm or hand can stay under the shoulder. If you want, you can straighten the left arm towards the front of the mat with the palm flat. If that left arm is straight, just bring the hand back under the shoulder. Just press back up into tabletop. And then reach the left arm towards the ceiling. And draw that arm under the body, taking the right arm wherever you like. And then bring the right hand back under the shoulder. Press yourself back up into tabletop. So hands are under the shoulders. Just walk them forward one hand print. So you have a slightly longer tabletop. Take your hips forward, lift the belly so you're in modified plank. And then just lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Just take your forearms forward for Sphinx pose. So elbows will come under shoulders. Forearms are parallel, palms are flat, and fingers spread wide. If this doesn't feel good for you, you can just lay on your belly with everything resting on the mat. Excuse me. Lower head and shoulders down, draw the hands back by the rib cage. Just press up through tabletop and then come into child's pose. Breathing again. Arms can stay forward, or if you like, arms can go back by the legs. And if the arms are back by the legs, just extend them forward and come up to tabletop, and then just make your way back to seated. So coming to Sukhasana, just where the shins are crossed in a comfortable seated pose. I'm going to take a little fold here. So if you have a block or maybe a folded blanket or a pillow, you can decide if you want to use it. You can just walk your hands forward and you can stay upright. We're not going to do a super long fold. Or you can walk to forearms, and this is where you might want your block. Sometimes I like to take my forehead on the block. Obviously, I have my head turned so you guys can see me, but the block can just support the weight of your head. And just slowly walk the hands back, lift the chest. Just bring the spine to a neutral position. Let the hands rest wherever is comfortable and just close your eyes. Just take a couple breaths here, upright. And then just change the cross of the legs so the opposite shin comes in front. And then same thing, walking that forward if you want to, whatever variation you'd like, maybe supporting the head if you did that on the first side. And nice and easy, walk the hands back, come back upright, let the hands rest in the lap, close the eyes, and again, pause here for a couple breaths. Just softly open the eyes, and I'll show you the first restorative pose. You can actually take this without any props. So it's literally just the fetal position. So if you don't have anything, which I think you guys all have something, you could start on your right side, knees bent. You could use your head for support. If you have some props, if you have like a blanket or a towel, I have a yoga blanket, and I'm just gonna take it and fold it in half. So I'm trying to make it the size of my rib cage here. So whatever you have, you can figure out if you can fold it so you can rest your rib cage on that blanket or towel. And then whatever you might have to use to support your head. So I think of like using a block, although I know some people might think that's a little uncomfortable. You have a pillow or blanket, you can take that. So you're just trying to have the hips on the mat, rib cage on the blanket, and then finding a space for that shoulder between your props. So your bottom arm can just rest straight out in front of you. And you can play with your top arm. So maybe you like it resting on your side, maybe you like both arms parallel. You could even try taking your top arm by your ear and just letting it soften there. You can explore that. Really just take some time to get comfortable. And then once you find that, just close your eyes and see if you can let your body just drape over your props and relax. If coming into stillness seems challenging, maybe just using the rhythm of the breath. It's like a little lullaby to help you relax into the shape. Take an inhale through your nose. Gentle exhale through the mouth. You have the arm up by the ear, just slowly bringing it out in front of you so both arms are parallel for a moment. Then really just leisurely taking your time, slowly finding your way to the other side. So maybe roll onto your back, or maybe you want to press yourself up to seated so you can get situated. You might find as you come to the other side that maybe this side feels a little different as far as where exactly the props go. Maybe the arms feel different on this side. So again, maybe you take that top arm on the bottom arm and rest it there. Or maybe it's on the side, or maybe it's up by the ear. Again, take the time that you need to feel like you're really supported. That way, once you feel that support and that sense of ease, you can really just let go and relax. Your mat and your props really just support the entire weight of your. You can inhale through your nose. Gentle exhale out the mouth. If that top arm is by the ear, just slowly taking it out in front of you and stacking it on the bottom arm. Then from here, just very carefully take the props out from underneath you. So you can press to seated, or maybe you can find a way to remove the props without coming all the way up. And then once the props are gone, just make your way onto your back with your knees bent, soles of the feet flat to the mat. Walk the feet a little wider than the hips, and then just let the knees knock in towards each other. Arms can rest wherever is comfortable, and just pause here and just notice how you feel. And ever so gently, just roll off to one side. Use your top hand just to press yourself up to seated so you can see this next pose. So if you don't have any props, you're just going to be flat on your back. I think you all have something. So I'm going to take the long folded edge of my blanket and start to roll it up like I'm making a little burrito. I know it's hard to see because it's the same color of my mat, but just making a little roll here. And I'm going to take the length of my blanket parallel to the long edges of my mat. So I'm going to drape my torso over the length of this blanket so my spine lines up with that roll. So just keeping the pelvis on the mat. And so you might decide how close you want to be to the blanket. I like to have a couple inches between my pelvis and the blanket, but you might like to be closer. And then you'll just lean back on the blanket so your spine lines up with it. Now, depending on how big your blanket is, you may need to find something to support your head. For me, my head is on the blanket, so I feel like I have enough support, but you could put another blanket or a pillow or a block under your head. And then you decide where your legs are most comfortable. So some people like them straight out, some people like the knees bent, soles of the feet flat. You can even do what we just did where the knees knock in towards each other. And then let the arms just drape to the sides, but try to find a place where you don't feel a really significant stretch in the chest and the shoulders. So instead of taking them really wide where you feel a lot of sensation, maybe they come down towards the sides of the waist just a little more. And then just let the shoulders drop down towards the mat and let the chest spread open. You can inhale through your nose, soft exhale out the mouth. And then just slowly roll yourself onto your side so you're in the fetal position off the blanket. And just pause there for several breaths. You use your top hand to press yourself up to seated. If you have a bolster, you can use a bolster for this. I don't know how many of you have one. So bolster option would be to take it with the long edge of the bolster parallel to the mat. But I'm guessing most of you don't have a bolster. So you can take your same blanket and instead of rolling it like a burrito, just folding it so it's more like a rectangle. And if you don't want to do that, you can be flat on your back on the mat. So you have choices here. Going into Supta Baddha Konasana. So your soles of your feet will be together and your knees wide. And then you're going to lay back on whatever you have to support you. So again, it could just be the mat, or maybe you have something folded up behind you. And then I really like to have something to support my knees. So if you have blocks, you can take blocks under the knees. You can use pillows or folded blankets or folded towels. Some people don't even need support. So this is one you're going to kind of have to play with. And we won't hold this for too long just because I suspect that maybe you don't all have enough props to feel really supported here for an extended period of time. But just like anything else, just kind of play around with it. And if you find that having the knees wide and the feet together is too intense and you don't have support for the knees, bring the knees, point them up towards the ceiling and bring the soles of the feet to the mat. You can inhale through your nose. Soft exhale out the mouth. And maybe use your hands to lift the knees, point them towards the ceiling, and bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Maybe walking the feet hips distance apart. Just pause there. And then just finding your way into Shavasana. So if you have props you want to take to the side, you can just move them out of the way. Maybe you want to use them for something. So maybe you have something you want to put under your head as a pillow, or maybe under your knees, or maybe even just placing something on top of the belly. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your ankles and wrists. Gently reach your arms by your ears. Big stretch. And just roll off to one side. Pause on your side with your eyes closed. Just notice how you feel right now. And use your top hand to press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Just keep your eyes closed. Place your right hand on top of your heart. And then stack your left hand on top of your right hand. It's one of my favorite quotes. It's silence is not empty, it's full of answers. Just take a moment in gratitude for giving yourself some moments of silence today. Maybe the more moments like that you find, the more answers you will also find. Just bring your hands to heart center, press the palms into one another. Thank you for joining me this evening. It's nice to see a couple faces I haven't seen in a while. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.